Most people have zero idea how much time, effort, and energy it takes to produce and put a show on the airwaves like Wildcat Sports Talk. And what we've tried to do is create a multimedia platform for folks that can either watch it on their Facebook Live or Twitter or YouTube, or they can even go onto their iHeartRadio app, Apple iTunes, and then of course your traditional listener is going to listen to it on the radio, and we've done all of that. So, and to incorporate that into a show is tough. Now, even tougher, doing it without making any money, and that's what we've done. It's been unbelievable. Look, the guests that we've had on this show, my goodness, man, they're A-listers. And it's been an unbelievable journey.
I told our players when we were bad in AAU, I said, as long as we look good, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Man,
So,
dude, speaking of looking good, you're all shoes today.
Now look at this.
Look at these shoes, guys. Come on. Wildcat Sports Talk.
You know, when you look at these, you go, what the?
I know. Oh, dude, we even have them tied the same.
God!
Look at that.
It's just meant to be, ain't it?
I know. We're like two peas in a pod, ain't
God, this is a true love story. Is the sun setting yet?
Dude, it needs to. We're in step, too. Look at this.
God, I wish Tim's name started with an E. It'd be A and E, Adam and Eve, all over again.
Look at this. We're in step.
You're even walking the same.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the old folks are gay. The corn top's bright and the meadow's in bloom, while the birds make music all day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard time will come a-knocking at my door, in my old Kentucky home. Good night. We no more, my lady.
Ramon with
I'll
the
be no more today. Let us sing one song for my old Kentucky home.
It's so much fun.
For my old Kentucky home.
I've said this a lot.
Far away.
You know, I wasn't in Kentucky. I was a Louisville man.
Weep no more, my lady. Ah, we
Couldn't get it together today. Lost first round.
Let us sing one song for my old Kentucky home. For my old Kentucky home. Far away.
When Tim asked me, I guess it was, right before COVID, happened. He asked me to join him in doing a show called Wildcat Sports Talk. And honestly, I was like, okay, that sounds like fun. But at the same time, I was going, well, hadn't somebody already done that? And then, so really, the niche was, well, we interview former players. We kind of do it a little bit differently. We weren't a call-in show at that time. So he knew that with my radio background that I could bring something to the table. And, I definitely feel like that's where that was what he had in mind. But we had no idea it would lead to what it has in a year.
That's it.
Go Big Blue.
Woo!
Yeah. 1-0 in conference
The Cats get back on the winning track. Cal gets thrown out. The Cats are down 9.
They fight back in the honor of
Fight
their
back to get something going, and absolutely.
Hey, they're like, Coach Cal, we got your back.
And also, by the way, Dante Allen, folks, 23 points on the day.
7 3-pointers.
7
Mr.
threes.
Kentucky basketball. How about it? Now you can turn
7
the comments
threes.
on.
And we got the comments on. Why in the world has Allen been warming the pine? You tell me why. I don't know why, but all I know is that you need to share this post right
Wow,
now.
That was animated.
Let's do it.
Hey, you know what I think about Allen not
Let's
playing?
share the post right now, and let's get ready for Wildcat Sports Talk.
Woo!
Welcome in to Wildcat Sports Talk. Let's join Adam Webb and Tim Brandstetter now.
Yeah, that's right. It is now the post-game show. The Cats. The Cats beat Mississippi State on the road 78-73 in double overtime.
The best part of the show has been just the show itself, right? We've had so many really cool ass guests on the show. I'm telling you, man, like, man, it's been unreal.
Joining us now on Wildcat Sports Talk, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about this one, Tim.
The legend.
The absolute legend. Joining us now is the Andre Woodson. How you doing?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, listen. First of all, it's an absolute honor to have you on. I know this guy right here is a huge fan of yours, and of course I am as well. I mean, look, some of the best memories were of you there at Kentucky, and you're involved with just about all of those. So we really just have. It's an honor to have you on.
That's amazing. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
man. I've just got to jump in and say something, but yeah, definitely one of my favorite all-time Cats, basketball, football, either one. I mean, just the memories, man. I mean, I was a huge fan, big-time fan. Adam, if you don't care, grab that right there behind you.
What's that?
I want to show him that.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even bad. It was a Martin Luther King quote.
Okay,
good.
Awesome.
So it wasn't like
right.
like a Harry Potter signature vault or some comic book or like an Irish leprechaun with gold. It wasn't anything crazy like that. It was something meaningful. But at the end of the day, it's like you get a tattoo, you don't tell your family, and then all of a sudden they see it, and then it's like you don't know what to do. You're like a deer in headlights.
I think a lot of people can relate to that story.
Yes.
So so when you guys invited me to come back on and so forth, I was very excited about doing that. I thought about this for a little bit, so let me take a step back. One, I was figuring because of your growth and what you guys are doing, I decided to call you guys sort of like TNT, or timing and talent, right, as far as your nickname. Had great timing, got the talent, and now your show is really catching a lot of ears and growing. So congratulations to you guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
That means a lot coming from you. Trust me.
Yeah. But one of the stories.
And right now, joining us on the phone is Coach John Calipari. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, guys. a lot of problems are solved in the barbershop. You know that, right?
That's exactly right.
Definitely. Hey, Coach. Sorry to intrude.
I'd seen something that Matt Jones retweeted today of a fan that like had been burning, like was burning his clothes, his UK gear or something, because I didn't get into the logistics of it, but I guess he was upset about the not respecting of our flag, of our nation, or anything like that, or the Black Lives Matter movement. And it was just like, I'm like reading that thing and I'm just thinking like, man, like we're all talking about the same thing, and like it's so different terminology that like we're saying that each other is wrong. And it's like, as a Black Lives Matter movement, like it's not that we think that only Black Lives Matter, or we think that all policemen are bad. We just believe that obviously something needs to change. Like there's no way that we should feel, threatened as a everyday civilian, when we see a police car pull up or when we see lights, like you automatically get scared. And that shouldn't be like that. So, I mean, obviously something's wrong and something needs to be reformed. And it's no disrespect against veterans. I had to have that same conversation with my aunt, because she said, if you go to the bubble, don't kneel. Like, I hope that you don't kneel. And I'm thinking like, I'm like, why wouldn't I kneel though? You know what I'm saying? And so I asked her, I'm like, why? What do you mean? Why wouldn't I kneel? And she was like, why would you kneel knowing that your grandpa, was in the service and all that? And I'm just like, well, I'm kneeling because he was in the service. Like he was in the service for my freedom to do what I need to do, to spread, impact to the world. And like, that's what that freedom is for. And he fought for that freedom, for me to be able to voice my opinion. And like I said, Auntie, there's no disrespect between, me and my grandfather. Like there's no way that he feels it. There's no way he can feel it. Just like, I don't understand. Like, it's just a completely different aspect. If you feel disrespected, that like, cause you're kneeling, you're disrespecting the flag. Like, nah, it's beyond that. It's past, patriotism. It's deeper than that. So it's like, we're trying to engulf that with us. And it's just people don't see eye to eye. And I think we're all wanting the same thing, that we're saying different things that, we can't compute to each other.
Oh, lots of luck to you. Chase your dreams and chase your goals, and never, ever believe in cat. In fact, that's a message I'll leave for everybody out there. Anybody listening, chase your dreams, chase your goals. And remember this, give a hand to somebody in need. I really wish we had more love in our country than we're seeing right now. We got to get rid of this hate. We got to have more love. We got to I learned this as a kid at home. My mother and father were uneducated, but they taught my brother, sister, and I was to hear it every day from my parents, who were great educated, but had a doctrine of love. And they would constantly always remind me, treat people how you would like to be treated. And if we all did that, if we all treated one another with respect and love in our heart, man, we'd have a much better situation than all this stuff going on. It's really sad.
Yes, sir. Very, very well said, Mr. Vitale. Thank you so much for joining us here on Wildcat Sports Talk, and we'd love to have you back sometime.
I would say one of my favorite parts of that and that whole thing with the guests is just their stories, man. I'll never forget the story. Oh man, the story that Joe Crawford told us.
And I'll tell you a situation. It was I'm about to play my brother, Jordan Crawford. We're about to play Indiana. So we had like a week to prepare for Indiana, right? And so we're practicing, like, we're dreading this anyway, because now we know we got all day for a week for Billy G to just practice us. Crazy, right? So we're going hard every day, probably like 2 times a day. If he get mad, we going 3 times a day, So we get to like maybe the 4th day in the week, and I think we play maybe I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday, but I'm just say Saturday. But I just know it was like 2 days before game time. And so we're doing defensive slides. We're doing defensive slides, so I say for like 30 minutes, just back and forth, back and forth. He's saying harder, 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 harder. Everybody going as hard as they possibly can. So he decides to just pick me out. Like, Joe's not going hard enough. We're not going to stop until Joe goes harder. So I'm literally going as hard as I can, trying to just, you know what I'm saying? But if it was just me, I wouldn't have snapped. I got mad because I'm trying to be a leader of this team, and you blaming it on me, and you making it feel like my teammates are going to be stuck doing this drill. You know, and in my mind, it's like I'm all about going hard as possible or whatever, but it got to be some kind of tactic behind it. Like,
you didn't want it to look like you were the one letting the team down.
Right. And also, I know we play a big game Saturday too. I want to have some legs. It's the same thing that happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he keeps saying going harder, harder. I just black out. You know what I'm saying? I just black out and just, I don't know what happened after that. I know I went towards him or whatever. I don't know. But then I get kicked off the team. You see what I'm saying? I get kicked off the team 2 days before the game. So then he said, Joe's not on the team no more. So then he makes me write a letter to get back on the team. But then he says, you can be back on the team, but you're not going to play. An hour before the game, he says, you're playing. Now we go out and play Indiana. Indiana's been preparing for us. We ain't been prepared for them because we just been running and doing stupid shit. Now they know everything we about to do, and we can't. They just beat our ass like.
The main reason why I decided to be a part of Wildcat Sports Talk was, one, I was a guest on their show. So, when I was a guest on their show, it was just real laid back, chill. I didn't feel like I was on an interview. I just felt like I was having just a conversation. And, in the midst of the conversation, I just said, man, I really enjoyed myself being on you guys' show. I could see myself doing something like this. And, a few days later, they were like, hey, how do you feel about having your own show with us? And I was like, yeah, I love talking basketball. I love talking sports. And Kentucky was just an easy thing to talk about, man. It's Big Blue Nation. We're always at the tip of somebody's tongue. They hating on us or they love us. So it was just easy for me to be a part of it. And, Tim and Adam, man, those two guys, man, they made me feel real comfortable when I was a guest. And, it's just been an easy decision since day one.
Adam's a great guy. First of all, I'd like to say Adam is a great guy. Adam has a big heart. He has a big heart, but he don't want anybody to know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has this tough image that he comes across as he's kind of a little hard. He's hard to get to know a little bit. But once you do know him, I mean, he's a cool guy. He really is. He's a cool guy. And as far as why I like Adam as a co-host, I mean, honestly, I think for me, I couldn't find a better co-host than Adam because he's really professional when you need to be professional, but he loves to goof off and have a good time too. I mean, he can mix the two, and he knows when to mix the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both like to joke around and have a good time, but when it's time to get serious, Adam knows. He's been in the business. He's been in radio for years, and he just knows. He knows what it takes and when to be professional. So I would say that's why I like Adam so much as a co-host.
Hey Mark, so I know you got Max Duffy gone next year, and I don't have the distance that the man from down under has. I do, however, have the placement. I'm gonna kick this into that trampoline. Boom! Oh yeah! Woo!
Terry Wilson, is leaving. You got Bo Allen, you got Joey Gatewood. Well, just so you know, you got a third guy right here from the great state of Kentucky, 4 years of eligibility. And here's the thing, I'm in my 30s, so like veterans and stuff, man, they love that, right? So here we go. I'll drop back. I'm gonna be your QB1. I'm gonna do this. Oh, Webb, he's under pressure. Oh, nobody's open. Nobody's open, but you got Rig wide open, center of the field. But see, it would have gone in. That, like, he would have caught that. So, you know, it's like pretty good, right? Like, it's almost like there.
No.
Yeah, I feel like that was good, Tim. All right, so you know Terry Wilson's leaving too. So I'm just telling you, I'm an all-purpose everything. I'm your kicker. I'm your quarterback. You're not gonna even be a water boy. I'll tell you what. You're gonna want me to play as QB1. So watch out, Gatewood. Watch out, Bo Allen. I'm coming. That almost went right in. I should have went in. So as it turns out, the name tag was what was holding me back. Like, I'm way better. Like, it just got in the way when I threw. So, like, you know, it was.
Yeah.
It was in the way. So anyway, here we go. I'm your guy, QB1, all that stuff. All right, here we go. And here we go. See, the tire moved. Like, did you not see? Like, it moved. Like,
no.
The wind was blowing. It was
no wind.
There was a lot of like vertical.
No.
A truancy or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know, but it was something. Like Chance Ford called it something one time on our show. It was that. Whatever. I mean, like, there's a lot of degrees of stuff. So, all right,
let's do it. Last try.
This is it. But see, here's the thing. The point of it is that even if it doesn't go through the tire, which it will, that
dude, just throw it.
Yeah, I get that.
What is that?
I got
it. Dude, is that your celebration dance? What is that? Like, what is that?
I got it. You can do it once, you can do it twice. All over the place. Oh. Ah! What? Why'd you move it, Tim? Ready? See, it moved. I told you it moved. It moved.
After you hit it.
It moved. It moved. You cannot move the goalpost on me and expect me to do the same thing.
Took me out.
Trick shot.
That was good, man.
Well, just watch. Just keep it. Just you know. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. I got this, man. Just. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Just like that. See? That is another thing that's part of my skill set, Mark. Coach Stoops. I'm gonna call you Coach because you're my coach now. So that's just how it is. Just another thing on the skill set. You can show that to your men and be like, if he can do that, anybody can. He's a winner. Like Tom Brady. I mean, like, you can compare me to Tom Brady.
That's enough.
I mean,
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
No.
It's time for Wildcat Sports Talk. Right now, man.
Golly, all right. Horrible. Ah! I'm sick of it. Why, man? Like, yeah, everybody, that camera's right. Dude, that's why I did that once. Do it.
Hey, Adam, you know what time it is?
What, man?
It's time.
What's up?
You know what time it is?
What?
It's time for Wildcat Sports Talk.
Dude, you gotta stop laughing. Compose yourself.
Hey, Adam.
What?
You know what time it is?
Time?
It's time for Wildcat Sports Talk.
Right now?
Right now, man.
Oh man, we just ran it down their throats. Let's not hurry back to the line or anything. Let's just go to halftime.
Oh,
yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, we're in Alabama. Only down 25. Yeah. And I bet Eddie Graham bet the fucking spread. That's the only explanation for this catastrophe.
No, it's what he is.
No.
He's done it every time.
Well, then he's bet the spread every time is what it is.
Tim and Adam, man, those two guys, man, you know, they're like two peas in the pod, man. You know, Tim is just like kind of like the laid back one per se. You know, if you watch some of the post game shows from last year, Tim was kind of like the guy. You know, he had his moments, but he's kind of like the chill one. You know, and he's the one that kind of thinks things on both sides, and you know, he gives us that balance. You know, Tim gives us that balance on the show.
Overtime.
Let's run the clock. This makes me so mad.
But dude, you know, think about it though. You can't throw an interception here.
But you know what, man? I'm tired of this. No one wants to see an overtime because we lose in overtime every single time.
I think we'll win in overtime.
Are we just going to overtime?
Yep.
We're not even going to try. God! Man, why?
It's because of that. If we'd have got it at the 25-yard line.
That's a low. Let's not even try. 2 timeouts.
That's the whole game plan, unfortunately.
Dude, that's horrible.
It's conservative
That is
play.
horrible.
And you know, Adam, man, Adam is a firecracker. You just never know what you're gonna get from him at that moment. You know, if you watch some of the post games, man, he's just going off. But you know, you can tell his passion. You know, he's not attacking nobody personally or anything like that. You can just tell he's a passionate fan. And you know, he gets real excited, real loud. You know, real aggressive. And then Tim, you know, he has his moments, but you know, he's mainly chill.
So, man, we're going down the road, and I would film our faces, but I can't get us both in this shot. And we have
That's how we're feeling anyway right now.
and we have to document everything, so this just seemed fitting.
Morning after. You think there's a morning after pill for this?
Dude.
Plan B. Yeah.
All I know is I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm hurt today, man.
I'm a lot of things, man. Hurt's one of them.
I'm hurt.
Pissed.
I'm pissed off.
Mad.
And
it's all the same thing.
And honestly, man, I hate that our documentary is going to end like this, man. But you know, if anybody that has watched the entire documentary hasn't taken away by now, that no matter how good things are going for us, it's always in the end gonna have a little bit of shit spread on top. Is that fair?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Just when we're on top of the world, we're like, oh no, what's gonna happen?
What's amazing to me, man, is that all the things that normally go wrong with us, all that was going great. And the thing that we took for granted was, well, I mean,
Kentucky's
good this year, and we can win some ball games.
Well,
Man, you know, here's something I was thinking about. In half a mile, we gotta get some food, obviously.
Yeah, I'm hungry, man.
But
you hungry?
I'm starving, man. But here's what I was thinking. In the last 5 or 6 years, right? Well, it's a lot longer than that. But, you know, the last 5 or 6 years have been horrible. Right?
Oh, yeah, bad.
I mean, they've been bad. And the players have changed every year. We've had freshmen. You know, we've had better freshmen. We've had bad freshmen. We've had transfers. And then we had a whole team of transfers. The oldest team we've ever had, man. All right? And we still keep losing and getting disappointed. You know, the one thing that ain't changed is the head coach.
Yeah. You know, and the funny thing is last year we all thought, we were like, okay, coach is making some changes. But then when he got to the tournament, he still refused to play his own. He still, you know, refused to draw up a play out of a timeout.
Refused to take a timeout. He took a timeout with a minute to go there, and we came out and ran a good play. And then when the game was on the line and we got one possession, there was no timeout. I don't get it, man. But no, the girls' coach, she can call timeout, drop a play, and win an SEC championship.
Or maybe she should coach. I mean, look, I love Cal. I do. I think he's a great coach, and he's done a lot for our university, and he's done a lot for our state.
And it ain't just about that game last night.
And if he's going to remain the coach at Kentucky, then there needs to be a philosophy change. And if he's not willing to do that, then maybe it is time for him to go. I'm going to go right here.
Well, I'll say this, man, and I said it at the beginning of the year, and I said it all year. You know, Cal actually made changes before this season, and I was really happy with them, man. You know, and what I mean by that is, okay, that's enough of that. But I was happy with the changes that Cal made because he brought in experienced players. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Cal? Like, he brought in transfers. And we had an older team, a veteran team, instead of all freshmen. I like that. I like that he changed that.
It's like the fans got what they actually wanted, and it still wasn't good enough.
Yeah. But it ain't so much because, I mean, the results have got to be there, though. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting paid a lot of money, dude, to get beat out by 15 seed in the first round or not make the tournament.
Yeah.
You're getting paid a lot of money to have a team that can blow out a team by 30, and then you lose to them twice, including the SEC tournament.
And honestly, Kyle, I got to ask you a question because I already know Tim's answer to this, man. But are you like me and just want to go home?
Yeah, dude. If it wasn't for Tim, we'd already be home.
I just don't understand what home's going to make it better.
You're going to keep us here, man. No,
I think I can have fun here. I can't have fun at home.
Well, I mean, I guess for me, man, I don't really care. Like, I'm going along with whatever. But like,
it just makes me sick to my stomach. Like, I just don't want to. I don't know. Like,
I don't want my last memory of here to be that game.
I gotta go to Ramon right now, though. Honestly, I've gotta go call him because I've got to go. We've got to go back to that stupid ass arena. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back over there, but we have to.
Yeah, we got to for Ramon.
Because he needs me.
He would do it for us.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to back this up.